What is going on, you guys? It's your boy, the maniacal meat man here. We are back with episode 38. And yes, it is meat man time. We have finished our every single villager profession except for the butcher, or as I like to call him, the meat man. So today we will be finishing up this last dude, or I guess at least two of them, as I stated in my rules here. And he will go, or they will go. It'll be multiple of them. They're gonna go right here. So this is kind of a nice area I already have sectioned off. I'll have to figure out where the back wall is for this potion area and make sure I don't run into that. But this general vicinity will be where the butchers will go. Other things on the agenda that I hope to do today is still more beautification stuff that I have done some of, but not too much. I added this little path here, kind of terraformed this a little bit. We're working on the big area over there by the pumpkin and bamboo farms, just like kind of on a as time allows basis. I am fixing up some of these auto brewers because they were out of resources, so I had to refuel them. And then the last thing that I did kind of between episodes that I'm still working on is I have added some more turtles, or some turtle eggs, I suppose, to try and get a turtle population brewing here in the bottom of our cartographer area. But so far there is not a whole lot of action. Not a whole lot of action with these puppies so far, but hopefully we can get some turtles down here because the turtle eggs will be useful for other farms and things that we can do. And if I guess either whether it's the end of this episode or the next episode, I want to make a concrete blaster down by our gunpowder farm, because I have manually mined all of the orange and green and black concrete that I've used in all my builds, and it's probably time for us to make some kind of automatic concrete blaster, or whatever you want to call it. But that's the other thing kind of on the agenda. So lots to do. I guess we can start by the meat man area. So I guess I will put some things together and get some villagers into our butcher area, and then from there we can start building an area for the butchers. Alright guys, I have prepped our area for the butcher. So I don't totally know what the design I'm going to go for here, but here's kind of the space constraints that I have. So I don't have a ton of room because we are bleeding into our super smelter, and we are also bleeding into the pumpkin farm. But I'm going to go to a very similar theme probably to this, the horse stable, and of course just have it for butchers. So I'm going to start building this via time lapse, and we will see what I end up doing with this. Alright guys, so a couple things have happened. I guess on a good note, the butcher's place is all finished up, and looks pretty good. I got a cow and a pig in here, and yeah, ready to go. I also added a little automatic chicken thing that I don't think is really working right, but I can eventually fix that to make it work. Another news, I think lightning struck this part of the build, and burned it down. So I am going to have to solve that problem. Yeah, I have loaded a backup, and I'm just going to try to replicate it the best I can, and then we'll also have to figure out some way to protect from lightning strikes in the future. What I might do is I might just go, I'm going to read up a little bit on lightning strikes to begin with, and then I might just go way up in the sky and put some of those lightning rods and things on there, because I think that's partially how it works. I thought I put I thought I put lightning rods on there like I do. I see one right there, but apparently it struck something close enough to burn to set this on fire. So I need to go fix all this. So I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, so I have rebuilt, I think most of it at least, to most of what the condition it was before. I still have to go through and get the horses back in here. Some of them might be dead, I'm not sure. Gotta get the villagers back. I know I lost some cats. Probably lost all my bunnies too, so I'll have to go hunt those down. Something else I was thinking, just while this burned down, is I might like lop off this first section, because what I learned was that it wasn't a lightning strike that did it. It was actually just this lava. I think it lit something on fire, probably like something here, maybe one of these logs or something, and then the fire just spread throughout the whole thing. Because when I replaced the logs here, I also started burning again. So it was definitely just this lava here that started it. Simple solution would be to get rid of the lava, but I want to keep this chicken cooker thing, and I might just make it this area. So I might just kind of stop the stables here, and then push this all back by one, and that way I have a little bit more room to work with under here. I might also extend the bottom of this out a little bit and reach out into our water so we get a nice little water view, something in there maybe. But yeah, I'm not sure. I figured since the place burned down, we might as well do a little bit of work to refactor it. But anyway, I'll work more on this maybe just kind of between episodes or just towards the end of this episode. I want to move on to the next big thing before I continue doing repairs. And the next thing is the concrete blaster. I mentioned I wanted to do it, and I got it started, so I will show you what I have for that so far. Alright, so here we are. I know it's a little dark. I haven't bothered lighting it up too much, but this is the area we're going to do our concrete blaster in. I've also decided I'm going to change this, like, whatever this design was. I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. This looks terrible. I'm going to have some different kind of enclosure for this to make it look a little bit better. I might just square all of it off and call it a big box or something like that. I'm not sure. Or I could put like a big gunpowder emblem on it or something. I might do that. That seems kind of cool. But anyway, this is what I built for this. So I use this light gray or glass, so you can kind of see through. And it's kind of got, it's a lot going on here. So let me try and describe what the design was. I normally do it piece by piece, but I definitely did not do it this time. So I also, didn't light it up. So. Alright, anyway, so this is a big water stream. It's basically just a water stream that extends just with, at the end of the block, it goes all the way down to this hopper line. This hopper line will pick up all the items. Obviously, TNT is going to drop in this area. I'll have it on some kind of hopper clock, and it will blow up the concrete that I push out this way. Now, this big array of pistons here, it's mirrored, so basically this half is the exact same thing as this half. This big array of pistons is just a smart array of pistons, is what I call them. Basically, smart pistons are what I call, again, I don't know what other people call them, but smart pistons are where if a block goes in front of it and it detects that block, then all of them will push. So anytime a block reaches this endpoint, all 32 of these pistons will push. And that's just using this torch to pass the signal to all of the pistons. Same with these little array of 4 here. So this is a smart array of 4 as the line of concrete comes down this way, it'll theoretically push all of them in, and then once it reaches all the way over, it'll push all of them over. So let me get a demonstration in order so you can see what exactly this thing looks like when it's working, and then I can describe it a little bit better. But this is the basic mechanism I'm using, is these smart pistons to push the blocks into place so they can be blown up. So let me do a little demonstration with some actual concrete. All right, so now we're good for a demo. I have just some green concrete powder in my inventory here. Eventually, I try to set up some way where I can kind of auto feed my inventory here, maybe with some kind of dropper and some kind of little enclosure here. That way I can kind of AFK here a little bit. But more or less the way this works is I will put the concrete powder into this the slot of this 4, so I'll fill it up starting from the bottom. And then once I fill in this last block, all the pistons will activate and push the entire line forward. So I'll just do this again. Maybe I'll jump to the other side so I can actually reach it. I'll look down at the bottom and I'll stack it up. And then as I place these in, it'll just keep pushing those lines. And I have this water here. It'll convert the powder into regular concrete. So that way, that's the conversion we can get. And so now this is regular, like green concrete. You can see it here. And then once it reaches this array of pistons, it's the same trick. Once all 4 have reached, it'll push it all the way across. And then as I begin to fill this up, you'll see the line will reach that end torch, and then once it reaches that, the whole set of 32. This is 8 pistons by 4, so it'll push the whole thing forward, and the TNT will blow up starting at the edge of this. So I haven't wired up the TNT yet, but just as a demo, I can just place some blocks in here. This should be a lot faster than our current method of doing it, but you should see every 8 lines or so, that entire line behind me will push. And so now we're getting kind of this big chunk of concrete is pushing forward, and then TNT will be dropping there and will blow up, and then as it blows up, the blocks will fall into the bottom area. So yeah, pretty dark. I need to light it up. I also need to figure out exactly where I'm going to wire up and drop the TNT. I want to make sure I don't get it too close to this, because if the TNT is close enough to be able to blow this up, I think it is right now, so I might have to just have a block there in the center between these 4 where it blows up. But I still need to figure that part out, but I think the rest of it is all wired up. And there also is really no reason for me to have both sides of these. I thought maybe it'd be cool to have like a little double action going or something like that, but I'm not sure if it would even matter. It wouldn't, certainly is not any more efficient. I think it's just maybe I could have 2 different colors going or something, and I'm not sure. It just kind of looks better if it's doubled. So in the nature of overkill, as I often do with these projects, I did the same thing here. So anyway, this is the structure I built for this concrete blaster. I think the next step will be I'm gonna like beautify it a little bit, kind of enclose the glass area best I can, add some lighting so I can actually see what's going on. And then I'm also not sure what to do with this headspace up here. I could make a small gunpowder farm just that feeds the TNT for this. I tried seeing if there's a way to actually use creepers as TNT. Like creepers could, if there's a way I could trigger them to blow up, that'd be pretty cool. But I can't really do that without having the player at risk. There's a way to do it with pufferfish, but it would be really obnoxious to do. So I'm not sure if I could pull that off. But yeah, I'm gonna start by just beautifying this up a little bit, make it look better, light it up, and have a better area so you can see more what goes on. But yeah, it's a basic redstone behind it. Nothing too revolutionary. I had to fiddle with this little array system to work right, but I think we got a system that, for the most part, makes sense. So I'll see you when I've made some upgrades to this. Alright guys, I think we are ready for a test. I've done some minor cosmetic upgrades. I'm still waiting on getting more sea lanterns from our Guardian farm, but for the ones that we did have, I did kind of begin to decorate it a little bit. I do want to give this a test though, just to show you how it works. So I'll be recording as well as doing a replay mod and trying to see if I can get just a good front to back view of what's going on here. And I'm not going to create a sophisticated clock for anything so far. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one of these and have it go around and ignite the TNT. This should be good enough for us to just get started. But I'm going to, looks like the rhythm is pretty good. I'm just going to go down in and start placing our stuff. All right, that was a test run. I think that went pretty well. I think I had about 9 or so stacks of the white concrete there, and I'm sure we lost a few just because when the blocks blow up, they don't blow up. They don't all fall down when they do, and some of them, I'm sure are destroyed when they blow up the other blocks. But I think out of what we did get a pretty good haul. Not to mention whatever is still in the system. So I'd say the thing works as expected. There weren't any real major hiccups with it, which is pretty nice. It is kind of annoying. A few things I might change is I might lower that block down by 1 so that we don't get as many blocks that create like these ledges like that, so blocks could sit on and get destroyed. So that way we'd reduce the amount of loss if we got rid of those ledges. I think if I lower that block by 1, I won't get those ledges as much. Granted, it would be a little bit more top heavy, but that's fine. The other thing is this, I'll have to move this configuration around because I was getting damage hit by the TNT there. It didn't blow up any of the redstone, which is good, but it still was annoying getting hit every time. So yeah, I guess the only other real problem that is kind of a design thing more than anything is that it leaves kind of the residue here. So I'll have this, I'll have the white one here kind of until I come with the next set of stuff I want to blow up. But I think this is fine for now. I don't see myself needing very exact numbers of concrete when I use this. We'll also need to sync up however long that clock was. I think was perfect. I think I'll have to do the math on number of ticks that was. I think it was however many repeaters that is. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10 repeaters, about 40 ticks total, which I think is exactly what we need for our delay. So I'll have to do a 40 tick repeater. I think not sure how many items that equates to, maybe like 80 in the hopper clock, but I'll do the math of that and figure it out later. But yeah, I'd say the system works. I just have some cosmetic changes to do with the sea lanterns. Got to polish up switching around this system and maybe doing it from the outside, maybe something like that. And then yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, system works well, and I'll come back once I've made some progress on something or something else. Alright, what's up guys? So something else I've been doing kind of in the meantime of our concrete blaster is I've been slowly and surely removing the bedrock from this area. This is one of the core tiles above our nether hub, and it's where eventually I want to put the big gold farm we can have, and I can kind of have it all siphoned down all the way down to the nether hub we have. But yeah, I've been removing these, and I made a time. I'm not finished with it obviously, but it is very time consuming, and I have just some time lapses of me doing it, which is what I'll end the episode off with today, because yeah, we're ending the episode off there. But yeah, I'm gonna end the episode off with these 2 time lapses of what I've done on this so far, and then hopefully by the time the next episode finishes up, I can finish this, as well as get the cosmetic stuff with the concrete blaster all done and finished. But yeah, until then, here are these 2 time lapses, and thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace out.